I would be lying that when I watch Jiri Prochazka, I'm not kind of alarmed at times when I see the chin up in the air and it's kind of like a karate stylist or whatever. The hands are kind of low, the chin's up, things are kind of telegraphed. It's not smooth. It's not like in a boxing style. It's very hittable. And the problem is against somebody like Alex Pereira, if you're very hittable against somebody who's known for being the hardest hitter right now, it's never a good mix.
Is there anybody who has maximized, their time in the UFC better or more than someone like Alex Pereira? Something to that effect. And there's not many. The fact that this guy has come in pretty quickly, become a champion, and then became a champion in 2 divisions, it's unbelievable what this guy has done. The fact that he's willing to turn this around and fight a very dangerous guy in Jiri Prochazka just shows the confidence, the level that he's at, and how willing he is to fight for the organization. That's a guy that you can rely on. And the dude is an absolute savage. I would say for Jiri Prochazka, I would say this. If I was coaching him, my game plan would revolve around not hitting Alex Pereira in the balls. Don't kick him in the balls.
Right. I think Yuri's very hittable. I think that Alex is it's just a style thing. I think that Jiri gets put out again because I think he's so wild. If you take away what makes him so great, it's his carelessness, his wild man mentality, his creativity. All of those things do get him hit from time to time. And if you remember, he got his leg torn up in the first Alex Pereira fight, which kind of led to the mess that he ended up in. So now we're going back into another fight where your leg was just torn up pretty bad not that long ago. And you and I both know how long these calf kicks can linger. It can be months and months before your leg feels the same, if it ever does again. So I think that the calf kicking problem is the kicking liability is a problem. I think that he's so hittable because of his wild man mentality. He's irresponsible on his feet.
Guys, I'm sorry for the voice. I've been yelling at kids all week. I've got 250 kids in my academy wrestling every day. I don't know that if I'm Prochazka, this is the fight that I'm taking right now because I have no time to train for it, to prepare myself to beat the guy that beat me in an impressive fashion. So there's a lot of changes Jiri has to make. And while he looked good in the last fight, I don't know if he has made those changes.
Especially with the fight with him, I don't want to change something because I know how to fight with these high level stand-up guys. And in the last fight, like, I don't want to speak like I was not in a full power because there was injuries, sickness, all these troubles. But right now, I know how to fight, especially with this guy, because when you see my performance with Aleksandar Rakic, that will be not enough for Alex Pereira. But I know if the Alex will stand before me, I will do especially that performance, which will be enough for and maybe more for Alex.
And remember, he was doing pretty well against Alex Pereira. He didn't get knocked out cold by a straight right. He was doing okay. He pressured Pereira up against the fence, and it was those little elbows, the Travis Brown and Josh Barnett style elbows that put him to sleep.
We saw that in the first fight. He had a lot of success level changing and backing Alex up to the fence, using that pressure, but it was when he stopped the head movement, when he stopped at the level changes, that he got caught with the left hook and got finished. But the one thing that I'm not sure he's gonna have enough time to correct is the defense of the calf kicks, because we saw in the Aleksandar Rakic fight at UFC 300 that Rakic was having a lot of success with the calf kicks. Best believe Alex is gonna go back to the well with the calf kicks in this fight. So I don't know if it's enough time for Jiri to correct that line of defense when addressing Alex's calf kicks.
And the same thing happened versus Rakic. Rakic tore his leg up early in the fight. Rakic touched him a lot. And if you look at that and you say, okay, well, Aleksandar Rakic landed a lot of shots, landed a lot of left hooks, and a lot of leg kicks. Now, does up that level, 10 times that in terms of damage and power, and that's Alex Pereira. So could he beat him? Yeah, absolutely. Something crazy could happen, and he could end up in a scramble. He could hurt him. It's possible. I'm not saying this is an impossible task, but I just don't know that more time is going to help him any more than just going in and doing it right now. I think this is best case scenario. Maybe Alex isn't been training the hardest. Maybe his cardio is not exactly where it needs to be. And you guys mentioned, we're looking for people that are willing to take short notice fights, that are stars, that can make weight. The make weight thing stands out to me.
Jiri Prochazka, I think for Jiri's ways to win, he's going to have to take Pereira down early. The more he comes forward, the more he sits in the pocket and gets reckless like that, the more of a chance Alex Pereira is going to hit him on the chin and put him down. So I think it'll be smart for Jiri to back him up, put him on the fence, force him into a couple wrestling scrambles. That's going to tire you out in MMA more than anything else. I don't know if Jiri can beat him. There's definitely ways. There's ways he can beat him, but I don't know if he's going to beat him. Like I said, Alex Pereira is too sharp. His balance is too good. You don't see Alex Pereira switching stances, walking forward, squaring his stance up like that. That unorthodox style can really hurt you against a very disciplined striker who's a very good counterpuncher. Their balance is good, really good. You throw one shot off balance, boom, and they hit you and the lights are out.
I underestimated Prochazka. I had lunch with King Mo, who fought him twice, and Mo talked my ear off telling me how special he was. And I walked out of that lunch, and I was at a hotel, and I ran into CB Dalloway in the lobby. CB had fought him and did the same thing. And King Mo and CB don't compliment anybody ever, and they both complimented this guy back to back. So Prochazka does something special.
So the big question is, can Jiri Prochazka win? Is there ways for him to win? Absolutely, there's ways for him to win. With these big guys that are explosive, that hit hard with 4-ounce gloves, anyone can win on any given day.
I think Jiri, the way he strikes, and he has the wild, kind of loose style. But for that, Alex isn't going for that. He's not going for the tricks. He's not going for all the out there, because he has a specific mission and specific points in places he wants to be when he's striking and when he's engaging. And I think Alex is better at getting to those spots than Jiri is. But I think physically, Jiri will be the more physically strong fighter. I think Jiri has more MMA experience. I think if he can use his unorthodoxness to, instead of trying to strike, actually get in and mix and be rounded around in mixed martial arts, clinch him up, beat him up in the clinch, drag him to the ground. And I think that more so be his best way of making it an all-around mixed martial arts fight.
Let's go. Let's effing go, for sure.
Yeah.
Just two serial killers on either side of the cage in their own right. I mean, Jiri with his samurai intensity and living in the woods and snow-covered forests, and Alex just stone. He looks like he's made out of stone, that dude. His expression does not change.
They both have a heavy hands, and they can knock out anybody anytime with them one punch. That's right there the number one concern for both sides. Because when the guys can tune your lights out in one punch, man, you gotta be careful with them. And they both do, and Jiri is more like his footwork, the way he moves, and but Poitin is just the pressure. The pressure is insane, having insane pressure.
I will be better in the striking, I will be better in wrestling, and I will be better on the ground. Doesn't matter for me if I end it in a stand-up by punches, kicks, whatever, or if I have to choke him. For me, it doesn't matter. I will be open for all the opportunities what the moment give me. Yeah.